Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, taking a look at the ME265. It comes either off the DO 217 or off the German ground attacker line. It is the Tier 7 ground attacker, and it's a little bit different than any of the other GAs I've played in the past. It has a very odd gun setup and bomb loadout, and it really does not have the damage potential we're kind of used to from running IL series. So with that said, it is very fast for a ground attacker. I'm not going to say it's a fast aircraft, but it's fast by comparison to some of your Russian GAs. As you can see here, we're doing 330 and we're still climbing. We got a 40-second boost, and guys, we're not even upgraded. This is stock engines. I mean, I've upgraded everything else. Tail gunners, you can see here the tail gunners double barreled 13 millimeters. Only one set of double barrels can fire at a time, so bear that in mind. But this thing, like, it carries two 30s, two 20s, and a set of 7.92s, and only two bombs. Way less than what you've experienced on any other platform. Now, this thing also has way less armor, so you really got to take out some of these AA early on, and you're going to use your speed to be able to kind of zip around on these ground attack targets and do what damage you can when you can, and try to light things on fire. See, I lit both of those things on fire, and now we've got them. Now, there's another ground attacker, and this is where this aircraft kind of has an interesting departure from what you're used to. You can, in this aircraft, not only flip over vertically, because definitely can't do that in most ILs, but you can also use it to shoot down other ground attackers, and that's where you're going to get some capture points. Check this out. Oh, let's do a little drag here. I'll put him with the tail guns. Got him. So look at that. All those capture points. Yeah, we're not going to get a lot of ground targets, but if there's an airplane here, sure, I'll make short work of it, and I'll be able to get some more capture points. So that's cool. It also can do something, and I'm not going to claim credit for this, but it's a term called tag and drag. It's actually, if you've ever watched a video series by a guy named Chiv, he is a streamer that puts out some vids, and they're pretty good, actually. He does a thing where when he comes into a zone and there's going to be aircraft defending, he will drag away some of the defense aircraft by hitting the boost, hop in his tail gunner. You kind of got to set yourself on a good flight profile so you're not going to run into anything, and then shoot him with your tail gunner. And you can really wreck people with that ability. I mean, these 13 millimeters are no joke, and it's kind of surprising. The other thing you'll notice that the bomb reload is relatively quick compared to the GAs that you'll see when it comes to the Germans. And the altitude performance isn't bad either, because here we are at over 1,000 feet and no yellow marks. Haha, take that. This is a player, and he's going to have a rude awakening from the amount of guns I'm about to put on him. These are the same guns you get on the ME410, so if you've gone down that line, you'll recognize the gun layout. And look at that. We've got your zone. It's not the best, but it definitely can do what needs to be done now. Are we going to have something climb down on us? Nope, looks like nobody's interested. I'm going to use my speed to go to your other capture zone and get air supremacy now. Thanks, guys. 500-pound bombs, they're not great, but they sure as heck aren't bad. You saw we were able to light a lot of stuff on fire, but you can see on the left-hand side, I am running universal on every gun. The chance of fire decreases with the increasing caliber. So the 20s do have a less chance of fire than the 7.92s, and the 30s have even less chance of fire, so you kind of have to contend with that, so just be aware of it, because it will become a problem later. Alright, we're not going to focus on those. We took out the gun. Now I'm going to use these guns to take out all these tents as fast as possible. Weapon cooling. Yeah. We got an aircraft on our tail. We do have defensive expert on this aircraft, so that'll help give us a little bit more survivability. We still have some bombs left too. Oh, thank you, Rocket Base, for doing your thing. Oh, an aircraft. Alright, let's see. Do we have anything chasing us? I hope so. I wanted to show you guys the tag and drag. Hey, buddy. Oh, nobody's coming after me. I think there's a heavy. Probably shouldn't be doing this. I probably should just be focusing on killing things, but really good field of fire. Now we're going to speed up. so he stays behind us longer. We don't want him to overshoot us. That would be bad. And yeah, the zone ended, but you can see that we would have been able to kill that guy outright with just the machine guns. And now that's it. We're good. I'm going to go to the middle, and I'm going to use this incredible air-to-ground, air quote, armament. It's more air-to-air that you're shooting at ground targets with, and fighting off some of the attack aircraft that may be coming into my zone. I don't see any over there right now. There's a bomber and there's a heavy, but there is a ground attacker over here, so let's go and give him a hard time. The altitude performance probably doesn't seem like that much of an asset, but guys, look, like the IL would have never been able to get over that mountain in that amount of time, or have the ability to sustain its maneuverability. The thing would have had a hell of a time, but we can zip over that with no problem. We did pretty good here. You can see the tail gunner did some work. We got Avalanche. We got first on the team. The score wasn't really high because that was a very quick match, but I hope it showcased a little bit of how this aircraft works. It really isn't meant to just focus on ground targets. It can do it when it needs to, and it has a heck of a time against mining facilities, but those guns are going to be able to put out some serious hate on other aircraft, and you're going to have to use it in that capacity. Unfortunately, the game doesn't reward ground attackers for going after other planes as much. And we killed 2 aircraft there, but you can see underneath these subcategories, sections of ground target destroyed, capture points received, sectors captured. The only way you're going to get any credit for killing an aircraft is right here for capture points, for damaging aircraft and helping get some more of those capture points. Oh, not even. Look, it says earn capture points by destroying enemy ground targets. I'm not sure if it takes it into account or not. I'd like to think that it does. And then also capturing zones. So yeah, you may kill an aircraft and then capture the zone, so you might get a little bit of credit there. So not 100% in the game mechanics, but you can see we didn't do spectacular when it came to the ranking system. But when you take a look at the team score here, clearly my personal score is far and above all the other. I think there's only one player in here. Yeah, there's only one other player. We did pretty good, and we even outperformed the IL-8 because we were able to get to where we needed to go with that speed to be able to manipulate the battlefield better. And then when we did find him, we made his life terrible. So worked out pretty good for us. When it comes to consumable loads, we are going to be, well, that's not my consumables. We're going to be running weapons ventilation. This is a very important one because that 30 is going to overheat pretty quick, and when you need it, you need it. So go ahead and put this on here. I think you'll like it for when you're making your attack runs. First aid for if your gunner gets knocked out, because he's going to be part of your heavy defenses. And then manual fire extinguisher for putting out any fires. Now this was a new crew because I wanted to keep my DOE crew running, so we only have demo expert right now, but the next thing I'm going to get is protection expert because it's going to give a boost to the equipment I have hooked up right now, and we'll talk about that in a second as well. And for the gunner, I only had 2 points, so he's in quick reflexes. I thought he was in defensive expert, so I guess I have to fall back on my earlier statement, but he will get retrained and given defensive expert, which will increase the survivability for when things are chasing me. And when I get 2 more skill points, I will put them back into quick reflexes. Now some of you might not want to be bouncing around because it does cost money to reset, but I seem to be doing all right for cash right now, so it's not that big of a deal for me to invest the money and time into it. Equipment. So as you can see, I have the 30s equipped. I like them. Some people prefer the 420s, which is another option here. But these are upgrades and they're wing mounted, so it's going to be different than the ME410. You're not just going to get to carry those over. Then I went for the rear turret. The bombs were already unlocked from a previous aircraft, and now we're working on the engines. And these engines are going to allow us to be able to upgrade the airframe. Nice thing is, the top engine here, this Daimler-Benz 603 that you need to unlock to get to the 329, is Daimler-Benz 603L. That's the top engine for the 329, so you're already going to have a fully upgraded engine on the 329 when you get to it, so that's nice. You are going to have to re-research the guns because they're a totally different set of guns that are center line mounted. The game makes a heavy distinction between where the guns are mounted. You may have unlocked the MK108, but you didn't unlock it for the center line, so you got to do that. Okay, fine. So just be aware that there's still going to be some grinding when it comes to the aircraft, and you're going to be sporting 420s, which isn't great, but you're going to have a lot of speed with this airframe, and I think you'll enjoy the 329. It has an even better arc with the tail gunner as well. And upgrades to a cannon. I'm making a thumbs up. You guys can't see it. But I really do enjoy having cannons. The IL series is so much better with it. Back to the equipment that I said I was going to talk about. Reinforced airframe increases the overall hit points. Very standard for GAs. This thing gets chewed up by the low altitude AA, so like the triangles. Take those out as soon as you can. It doesn't take much with the 30s on here. And then I also put improved covering on the aircraft to give a little bit more to the hit point pool. It is also not a bad thing for this thing to give you a 20% reduction to crit chance to wing and tail, because this thing is a giant wing. I mean, the whole thing is a wing. The wing is the body. So if somebody wants to cripple your wing, they can do it. And just a tip for a lot of you guys out there that are getting into GAs, flying at low altitude and losing your wing makes this thing want to fall out of the sky. So if you go into a turn, it just starts to fall sideways. So hold down the flaps when you're doing attack runs in GAs. It's going to give you a little bit of lift and keep you from running into the ground a lot more often, so you'll get more time to put the guns on target, and it will level off your wings when you lose a control surface. It's going to take a little bit of time, but if you pitch up the best that you can and hold down that manual flap button that we've discussed in a few different videos, that's going to help you get some survivability out of this airframe. So with all of that said, guys, this is Veebat with another V-Plays. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give me a like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and if you didn't like it, tell me what you didn't like in the comments, and we'll see if we can work on it. So I'll see you guys at the next one.